Bienvenida and welcome to a special episode of Spirit of Avalor with your host Lauren.
And Becca.
And today we have a special treat for all you guys out there. We are doing a technically third interview, but second one to go up with Gerber. Gerber, I don't know why I just said his last name wrong. Sorry, dude. We do love you. Blame that on NVDA. It says it a different way.
Yeah.
So, but with Craig Gerber, and it was awesome.
It was so much fun.
It was under a little bit of a time constraint just because someone got the schedule messed up, and it was not Craig. So, but we still had fun nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows we want him back, so hopefully next time will be for 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So, but fair spoiler warning, disclaimer, if you have not caught up yet in from A Song of Sirenas onward, I suggest you watch them before listening to this.
Yeah, because we talk about those episodes a lot.
Yep, and Tides of Change.
Yes.
And potentially some spoilers for next week.
Yep, which was supposed to be this week.
I know. But that's a whole other podcast episode.
That, yes.
But we are still looking forward to Left Fins, and it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And we have the official summary for it, and we do talk about it in the interview. And you'll see how when you listen to it.
Yep.
So, basically, the official synopsis is that after being invited to attend his first royal retreat, Marzel tries too hard to impress and ends up turning the visiting kings into sirenas.
Yep.
So, Marisa will be in this un poquito, probably a scene or two, if that.
Yeah.
But we learned why, which you will learn when you listen to the interview, but we're still disappointed with that fact, even though we do understand better as to why she's not in a lot of these, but we love her, and we would love to see more of her.
Oh, yeah.
Or hear more from her, jeez. Anyway, but the kings who are in this are Joachim, who we both love,
Yep.
from Olabal and obviously Royal Retreat, and King Raja. And I'm laughing because my little guy just hit me with his tail. Like, wait, I'm in this? No, bud, you're not in this.
He's probably going to be meowing every time he hears his name next week.
I know, that's going to be an interesting night. Oh, we gotta, oh my gosh, Friday's gonna be fun. We're gonna be binging Carmen Sandiego.
Yes!
We're not binging it, but at least watching the first, 2 or 3. And, then, you're doing whatever you have to do, and I'll do, for a little bit. And then I'll record for us. I am recording tonight, so don't worry about it. My point being, then that night, we will be watching Elena, so.
And, oh my gosh, you guys, Carmen Sandiego is going to be so good.
I know.
Can't wait.
I know.
And we just saw the trailer. I mean, this is not animated related, but we saw the trailer for One Day at a Time, Season 3.
Which is coming out on the day before my birthday.
Yes.
And it is going to be awesome.
Yes, it is. Oh my gosh.
It does have an Elena connection because a lot of the cast members from One Day at a Time are in Elena in some way or form.
Yeah.
Justina Machado, hopefully I'm getting her name right, plays Carmen.
Yep.
And obviously Rita Morano plays Camila.
Yep.
So. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome.
Yep. And I do want to plug a movie. I don't know if I'm going to go see it just because of the subject matter, and I'll look at it and see if I want to go see it. But I think it's called Miss Bella, and Gina Rodriguez actually stars as in that role.
Yeah.
In the movie. So, for those of you who like that type of movie genre, please go out and see it and support her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She really, really is.
I need to look it up too. I don't know what it's about.
Mm-hmm. But definitely go and support her, and she's awesome, and we are hoping and praying that we get a chance to talk with her.
Oh yeah.
Sometime. So, but I want more music.
I do too.
I know what Craig said in the interview, but still.
Yeah, we do talk about that in the interview as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, so you'll hear us talk about that, and, and Craig wants it too, so...
Yes, he wants to put it up there.
He does.
Or he wants us to have it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To be able to buy it, so...
Yeah, he does, but unfortunately he can't put it on iTunes himself, so...
I know, and definitely, oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
No,
I would just get everything and just delete what I didn't want, which probably wouldn't be a lot.
No.
Mm-mm. Yep, so when I try out my voiceover skills on him in this interview, oh my gosh, that was so much fun, even though I kind of messed up a little bit, but it was so fun.
Oh yeah, and you did awesome.
When I get my flippers on you, enough with the ink.
We just watched that episode today.
Yes. Yes, we watched Tides of Change today, and we loved it as much as we loved it the first time. Also, we watched it because we wanted to, and because we were hoping that Disney would give us a promo for Two Left Fins, but it did not happen.
No such luck.
Nope. So...
Unfortunately.
I know, I'm just over it. And no, when I say I don't mean, I'll be more specific. I'm just over Disney for the most part right now. Like, I mean, I still love what I love, and I'm not going to stop loving it or watching it or whatever, but at the same time, they're not getting my support for anything new.
Yeah.
Anything really new, obviously, until they start treating Elena better.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
But, so we hope you enjoy the interview.
Yes.
And we have another one that we're going to post tomorrow, but we'll tell you more about that one in the introduction for tomorrow's interview with John Ramirez, who is a former storyboard artist for Elena for season 1.
Yeah.
So.
And that interview was fun too.
Oh, yes.
It was awesome.
It was amazing.
It was.
So, I mean, it was so awesome. So, the next two episodes we're going to be doing for Elena, it's going to be A Day to Remember, which hopefully we'll have our friend Sheila on.
Yes.
And then for our movies podcast, we're going to be reviewing Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have not gone to see it, we both highly recommend it. You need to go and see this movie. It is just incredible. I've seen it 3 times.
I've seen it twice.
And it is just awesome.
So much better in the script.
Yes, it is. Well, I mean, for people who need that, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. And don't let people tell you that it's not as good as the first, they're trying too hard. No, they did such a good job.
Oh, yeah.
So, just go and experience it for yourselves, because it is just awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And the songs will be stuck in your head for about a week, so.
The songs are still stuck in my head, and it's been...
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks.
No, I know, but I mean for the people who really, really love it, yes, they'll be stuck in your head for about a month or two. And you will love most of them.
Oh, yeah.
So we will see you guys later on the next podcast.
Yep.
Adios.
Adios.
Awesome.
Yay.
So, bienvenida. Welcome back.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We love having you on. You're one of our favorite people to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Well, I'm thrilled that you guys are doing this, and I love getting on the phone and chatting with you guys. Getting on the Skype and chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think of how the story is unfolding?
Well, oh my gosh, okay, so we love it. For the first time, I could actually relate to Esteban. I was very surprised. Very, very surprised. Because you know how much I don't like him. And Christian's great. Two different, here.
Sure.
But in No Place Like Home, I could actually relate to how he was feeling. I mean, a different situation. But I knew exactly why he was doing what he was doing. And, it still wasn't right. But at the same time, it was like... I understood it, and I was like, okay, am I actually relating to him?
Yes.
I hope so. That was the goal. We've had, Esteban has had this backstory. It's been in the show overview since the beginning, since we started, but it just hasn't, we haven't had the right moment to start letting the audience know about his past and what motivates him. And so we were very excited to finally find the right spot to put this in. He's a very interesting character because, he secretly betrayed the family.
Yep.
And Elena doesn't know, or she knows, but she doesn't believe it. And so we wanted to, as the series went on, get to know him a little better, and I think in season 3 there's going to be more, more stories with Esteban. It's not like he's going to be the focus of every story, but he's definitely a key character and a key person in Elena's overall journey to becoming queen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to end well. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But no, he did crack us up in Song de Sirenas, especially with the rescue, and Mateo's like, who's coming up first? And he's like, me. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, he's not the bravest person when it comes right down to it.
And I was waiting for Mateo to drop him. Not as a slight on Mateo, just because I was like, oh, he's going to drop him. He's not going to, hopefully he won't drop Isa, but he's going to drop him because it's just too, two people are too much.
Would you blame him if he did?
No, I'd probably laugh. Sorry. But I know you want honesty, so.
Yeah, sure. Well, he's, Esteban's interesting. He's the kind, I love these kind of characters where they're, almost villains, or they could be a villain, or they have been, and they're in this murky place, this gray area in between. Most animated shows, period, and certainly most animated shows for children on TV, the villains are villains. They might have a reason, but they're doing dastardly things. And we have characters like that as well with Shariki. But Esteban, is someone who could go either way, and I love that. I love dealing with the ambiguity of character that deal with every day.
Oh yeah, no, we do like that too. We appreciate his story, obviously. Yes. I just said, like I said the last time, like, I'm not going to trust him until you give me a reason to.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
So let's move on to a character that we just love so much, and I think I pretty much annoyed you, and I feel horrible, and I want to apologize right now for that. Marisa.
Yes.
Okay. She is amazing. We love her. We want to see more of her, but now I understand, now that you explained that to me, and I'm going to say gracias for that, because I get it now. Like, I understand why, that I just hope she is in more where Gina can actually do it. Because I don't want you to drop her character completely, because she's amazing. And I love both of the Serena siblings. I just connect with her. I really, she's amazing.
She is.
Thank you so much. I mean, we're really happy with the character, and Gina did such a great job. She, she's a very busy person, and so we were lucky to be able to get her on the show, but we would have loved to do more Marisa shows or have her in the show more, but really only had one recording session with her and then one follow-up ADR session. And so we were really limited to that episode and then a few lines in a few other episodes. But it's not. Yeah, we're not. Don't hold your breath for any more Marisa. It's not in the cards.
Yeah,
maybe a cameo down the road, but nothing. The Song of the Serenas. Yeah,
no, or Tides of Change, who's in that a lot too.
Yeah.
But, no, we love Marzel. Don't get us wrong. We love that guy. He is. I love both of them. It's just that I don't know. Okay, fine. I do know. I connect with her more. But I do love him. He's funny.
Well, Prince Royce did a great job. It's one of those things where it's great to get voice actors who are well known and who are great actors.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is that they, the more well known they are, the harder they are to book, and so you run into these issues where you have a character that fans fall in love with, and you can't put them in the show because the actor's not available. But I'm just happy as a writer and producer that she was even able to carve out time. And by the way, she had to come. She was so busy that she recorded on a Saturday. Her main recording was on a Saturday.
Okay.
And this is a funny side story. We were literally, her schedule was so slam packed that we basically were just given the Saturday that she was going to record. And it just so happened that I had like a 1-day family trip to Legoland. I think we were it wasn't my son's birthday, but I think it was his birthday trip.
Right.
To go to this. And it was the same day. And, I was talking to my wife about it, and she's like, you can be on the phone and do it, but we're all going down there together. So totally the right decision. So I went down to Legoland, but I needed to, because this was our only shot with her. So I needed to supervise it. So we went down to San Diego early that morning, or Carlsbad early that morning. We went into Legoland, and then I found the quietest spot that I could find inside the park, which actually still wasn't very quiet, and dialed in to the recording session and basically spent, I guess, the better part of 3 hours in the corner of Heart Lake City, which is the one of those Lego brands, basically doing the recording session with Gina, who was in Santa Monica. So I was there, and every once in a while I'd put my phone on mute because there was a marching band going by. And that's how we record that session.
That was funny.
Wow.
So did she have to audition, or did you just know you want Gina is Marisa? Like, did you just listen to something and be like, no, that's Marisa, we need to get her in here?
Yeah, that's basically, someone of her stature and her play, doesn't audition for something like this. You just go to her and,
and like beg her
ask
to
very nicely if she'll do it.
Yes, she seems like a sweet woman.
That's how it is with probably every actor. If you know their name, and they're not a professional voice actor.
Yeah, she seems very sweet.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a big fan of hers and big fan of Jane the Virgin, which is her television show, and so I'd heard her voice for years, so I knew she would do a great job.
Yeah, she really, really hit it out of the park. And when we watched this, like I said, we watched it on Friday, the day before it actually premiered on TV, because
we watched it at midnight.
Yeah.
Spectrum, which is my TV provider, they put it on demand. They put all the episodes before they air on TV. They put them on demand at midnight.
Yeah, I was wondering how people managed to see it before.
It was just a couple hours. Even it wasn't even anything. Like it was, we wouldn't have done it if it wasn't, But anyway, so we're sitting there, listening. I was listening to it. Becca was listening to it, and obviously watching as best she could, and we're having a good time. We're making fun of the fact that this girl doesn't take any crap from anybody on her ship, and that Daniel's not going to be able to finish eating that darn sandwich. That sandwich probably went to somebody else. But but at the same time, like when it got, when it came to getting to know who Marisa and Marzal were, and I just was all in for that. I would have, and this, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but at the end of it, I kept thinking to myself, and I think I said this to you, Miel, at one point. I said, I would have been happy spending the whole movie in Coronado.
I understand that.
Yeah, that's not a slight on you. I mean, I love Elena, her stuff. It's not like that. It was refreshing. And it was nice.
And, we want to thank you for the sound cues.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they really, really helped, especially me, who I'm over here listening to this, and even if I had it in front of me, I wouldn't really be able to see it too well. And especially when Marisa was pleading her case to her papa, and obviously he was listening, and that's why I like this character. He wasn't yelling at her. He wasn't, like another king we all know who rules the ocean in Disney. I love how you guys went the higher ground with him and didn't make him this, like, tyrannical, you'll listen to me, blah, 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 type of ruler that we've had before in Ariel, we'll just say. And I liked how, yes, he wanted to keep his children safe, and that was his right. But at the same time, even after Marisa pretty much went against what he said and deliberately brought Elena down, he did not scream at her. Like, he did not alienate her. He listened, but obviously stated his point again, and then obviously told her something she didn't know or had forgotten. But I love that he didn't alienate her from coming to him again.
Yeah, everyone who works here is more than familiar with the Disney animated movies. So, when you're creating an underwater, Mer King, of course you know the most famous.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I don't want to do the exact same thing. It's already done. So we tried to find a different personality for him, and it's always more interesting when everything is in black and white with a character. So and Edward James almost came in and did such a fantastic job of his voice. I couldn't be happier with the cast of that movie. Just when you look at all the names, when they're it's just a phenomenal group of actors.
Oh yeah, no, it is, and so our chance.
Yes.
So we're sitting here, and we're listening to it and whatever, and just enjoying the movie and stuff. And I will be honest with you, straight out, we were both bawling.
Yeah, we
were both crying because that song is so timely for today and for the world at large, and just it just hit us. Like it was Elena, she was pleading for their help for her life. And I'm not trying to get dramatic. I'm being serious. Like, this woman killed once before. I mean, meaning Shiriki, she could easily have done it again. And it was just, I mean, obviously you felt for Elena, but at the same time, it was like, if only one person stood with her, and obviously it was Marisa, she could have still done what she did, but at the same time, it was like she was literally pleading with these people to help save her life. And it was very moving. And
it was. And it is I will be honest and say, it is the only song in the entire series that I have been able to describe everything to Lauren. Everything.
And I appreciate that. And now I have it in my head, so.
Because there's not much, Elena's not moving around. There's not much background stuff going on. So I was able to describe, I have a hard time with body language, but I was able to describe everything that Elena and Marisa were doing while they were singing. Like who they were going up to, what she was doing with her arms, everything. And that is the only song that I have been able to do that with.
Well, it is. I mean, it is, I guess, in the staging of it, very simple, which in this case is a really good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, and that's the one song, I shouldn't say one, there are two. That and A New Tale are the songs that I sing in the shower. And I'll be really honest with you, I probably sing them every day at one point, listen to them every day at some point in my day. And they're just amazing.
And we also want to thank you for Cassandra and for Come to Your Senses.
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That song, you got it. I mean, you got exactly how we feel every day. And it's just amazing. And I want to thank you for her.
Absolutely. It's really my pleasure. I mean, that was a real labor of love, and I have to really, a lot of credit goes to the writer of that episode, Matt Hoverman.
Yeah. We
know
got
him.
to
We've
talk with
interviewed
him.
Yeah. I mean, he was the one that kind of, he was the one that came up with the idea of making it a blind princess, and he just, he's a really great writer and a great person. And I had been trying to find the right story to, portray a princess who, in one way or another, didn't have the same capabilities as everyone else. And it was hard. It was, at that point in time, everything has to be run by the network. Mm-hmm. And, we just kept going through story ideas, and this is the one that finally clicked with them. So it was really just, it was great all around. And then, our director, Jamie Mitchell, the director of Sophia, did such a wonderful job with that episode and that song sequence. So I'm really glad that it rang true to you. And it was
incredible. And you guys even got the tapping of her cane.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is exactly how it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I imagine that a lot of that has to, I mean, we it's great. It's like one of the nice things about the shows that we do here is that all down the line, everyone, does their homework, does their research, and really cares about getting things right. So I'm glad that was one of those things too.
Oh yeah. Now, you like when I try and guess stuff, right? You enjoy that? So can I take a guess at Two Left Fins?
Sure.
It's another royal retreat.
That's a very good guess. It's a very good guess. What made you think that? What makes you think that?
Because he seems out of his element, give or take, because of the title, and secondly, even if they're in Nueva Vista, which you don't have to tell me, you don't have to say yes or no about any of this, I don't know. I could just see Elena either hosting one or her having to go to another one, but someone bailing out and her having to bring someone they've never, seen before or heard of before, and for her to just want to be able to say, okay, the Synonyms have changed. This is the proof. I'm friends with 2 of them. Here's one. Here's one of them. I mean, I know all of our ways, but he's a good guy, and I want you to get to know him, and I'll teach him. So I don't know. That was just my idea.
Well, I don't want to give anything away, but that's a very good guess.
Awesome.
And we actually did a speculation podcast episode on that and totally got everything wrong.
Yeah, we did.
On which? Speculation on which episode?
Oh, sorry. On Two Left Fins. We did a speculation just where we kind of talked about what we thought it would be about or what we would have, we would want. I mean, you guys are cool, but I just, just ideas.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling we completely got everything wrong, but that's okay because we were having fun.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see. You never know. I like. I hate to be totally predictable, but
no,
there are.
You're not. Cool.
It is nice to kind of, create traditions in the show and then come back to them. We had a Carnival episode, and I haven't hidden the fact that there's going to be another.
Yes.
One. Yes.
That's gonna be awesome.
Gonna be so awesome.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's go to Tides of Change before you have to go. Because there's something I want to tell you about that episode. And it does have to do with Marisa. I'm sorry we keep bringing her up. But, so, one other thing before I go into this. Torpe is hilarious.
Yes, he is.
We love that guy. I mean, we're not guy, but we love his character. Yes. My favorite one is when when Elena and her, the guys go down and they realize that they're not alone anymore, and they come back, to see the palace and all that. And Sloso, asks them, what are we here, what's happened since I've been gone? And stupidly, he's like, oh, 3 Serenas, 2 humans, and 1 cute octopus. It's just answering the question, really.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that. That's really cool. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun character to write, and
and I love when he turns into the cow.
Really good.
Sorry, no, I was saying I love when he turns into the cow, and I love that you had him say moo because I didn't know.
Yes,
that was another thing that was hilarious. So anyway, I'm sorry. So so Tides of Change.
Yes.
So. I'm not going to rehash anything like that, but that I'm on a journey of trauma recovery. I talk about the time on Twitter, I've talked to you about it. So I started talking to somebody, a counselor, just about things, just to kind of get things off my mind, just to start the process. So we got to a point in my journey where I'm going to have to start exposing myself to things that I don't want to expose myself to, like shows and things like that, things that have, I get why I have to do it, and I'm trying to do it, but my point is it's scary. It's just not. So anyway, when we were talking about that in one of my sessions, obviously, I'm thinking I'm not going to really do this. This is crazy. Why am, it's not going to work. And right when I'm having all these doubts, and I'm being completely honest with you here, I heard Marisa in my head saying, "Está bien, you need to start somewhere."
Oh, huh.
And
yeah.
And I want to thank you for that. I mean, I know I probably should be thanking Gina too, but, we're hoping to hopefully have her on. But I just want to thank you for that because she gave me the encouragement and the confidence I needed, and I actually did it. It wasn't easy, but I'm starting to do it, and I just want to thank you for that.
Well, you're very welcome. I mean, I know that's not easy, and so, if something that's in the show helped you kind of gear yourself up to deal with things that you would normally not want to, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what she did. But yeah, Torpe, back to that guy, he's hilarious. I mean, we quote him every single day. There's not a day that goes by that we're not just messing. I leave Becca messenger messages just quoting him and just kind of just making her laugh because he's just an idiot. I mean, I'm not trying to be I'm just saying and that's what he is. That's what, and we love him for that. He's just hilarious. So are we going to see more of him?
Will we see him again? I don't know. That's a good question. He was so funny, but I don't know if there's much more of the Torpe story to tell. I have to think about that.
Well, maybe how he got involved with Soloso in the first place.
It's really, one of the cool things about this show and about Sophia is that, and maybe people encounter this on other shows, but I'm always amazed by that people fall in love with the side characters, and I hear on both shows going way back, people would have these characters in Sophia that they would that weren't main characters and weren't even, they were just sort of side characters. They had a featured episode and, would continue to get questions about them, which is so cool to kind of have characters in the world. And I guess it's a credit to the writers and the artists here who just create memorable characters, It's not just someone that's oh, okay, that's all right. So I really appreciate when I hear that, you want to know when Torpe is coming back. And it's most of the time in most shows, I don't think anyone, a side character like that, you would never hear about it.
No,
that's kind of cool.
One other thing that has to do with my dad, we were watching, I showed him Lost Pyramid, and he's only seen a handful of episodes of Sophia. He likes Elena, I think, a little bit more. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to be honest. Sure. And his favorite character in Elena is actually Gabe. I don't know why, but he just likes him. So, and he likes Francisco too. But I think it's because Francisco kind of reminds him of his own papa, who's no longer with us right now, or now. But anyway, so we're watching this, and Hildegard, we get to all of that, and he turns to a friend of his who was over with us watching this, and he's like, she remind you of a teacher we work with? Because he works in education, and he deals with a lot of different types of people every day, and apparently there's a teacher that reminds him of Hildegard. And I do like her. She had to grow on me. At first I was like, but then after Princess stays in the picture, I was like, okay, I like you a little bit more. I get you. I started to really like her after that, and I was just like, okay, you can change. All right, you're good.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can take a character and who is unlikable and then kind of make them likable. Oh, yeah. It's always fun.
Oh, yeah. So, one last thing, and it has to do with the finale of Sophia, because I did want to get to this before we had to let you go, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity. We loved it.
Yes.
I think we've seen it, or at least I've seen it probably 18 times.
Yeah.
Song of the Sirenas, I'm up to 58, but this...
I'm up 48.
And in fact, we actually watched Song of the Sirenas before we talked to you. We just wanted to. We were just kind of, okay, we'll watch it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sorry. So back to Forever Royal. That was amazing.
It was so amazing.
And
thank you.
I mean, in the scene where Sophia is actually inside the amulet, I'm sitting here crying, but for the wrong reason. And I don't mean like that. It was an okay reason, but I mean, it wasn't because of her. It was because I was thinking of Elena and what she must have felt and what she must have gone through not being able to get out. And I know it's probably not what you intended, and I feel bad, but...
Well, part of the reason we decided to pull her into the amulet, is because the idea of it's set up with Elena being in there. Mm-hmm. So when, you hear about this big secret about her amulet, and then in her final episode, Sophia herself is pulled into it, you're like, of course, oh my God, of course, that would be the worst thing that could happen to her. This thing she's been wearing around her neck and found out there's someone trapped in there, and now she's trapped in there. So in a way, even though it's supposed to be, you're supposed to think of Elena's story because that's how we knew something that could happen. That's how she knew that it's a way she could trap Vor. So tried to up a lot of different storylines in that final episode. A lot more storylines than a normal show that's geared towards preschool children would have to. Yeah. But there were a whole lot of 4 seasons worth of character stories, and we tried to really deliver for all the main characters. So hopefully we did.
Oh yeah, no, you did a great. I loved Amber's arc. The last scene was probably I like the whole thing, but the last scene was probably my favorite scene. I cried. I was like, this is how it should end. I love that they did that.
Yeah.
I love those two. It was just, and I think it really made Amber really think. Like, she almost obviously lost her, and I think that's going to open her eyes and, just help her to make that final turn to become that person that that Sophia's helped her to become over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
But the other point of bringing this up, and then we'll let you go, is for one and all.
Yes.
I cried so hard. The one thing going through my mind when she said that, and then obviously started singing about it, I was thinking, okay, your elder sister taught you that. Okay, Elena would be so proud of you to know that you may not have spent much time with her, like, outside the amulet, but you took what you saw her doing and what you helped her do in Avalor, and you're, applying it to here, and when she finds that out, she is going to be so proud of you.
Yeah. And
I know it's probably not what you were probably thinking when you wrote that, and I know it's probably far from what you probably meant by that, but that's what I was thinking.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I don't think I was thinking about that particular thing. It was more about, she says, Sophia says in the opening of this, or the series, the main title song,
Yes.
she's going to find out what being royal is all about. And
yes.
I really wanted to sort of her to impart that message, to an entire family.
Oh yeah.
This is what she's learned over the years of being this, regular girl becomes a princess. So I think it was really more about, it was like a song to everybody, really.
Oh yeah, it was, and I love it.
To the audience, to everybody. So, but that's cool. I mean, one of the great things about, making something is that people can watch it and take different things from it, and they can be, and they're all valid. Just because I was thinking of one thing doesn't mean there were other things going on, or doesn't mean that it resonates with particular characters. I mean, that's how I think you've done something that's good, is when people can watch it and really appreciate a whole bunch of different things about it.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I just didn't want to be wrong, but I was thinking, well, I got to tell you what I was thinking, because I was like, yep, that makes sense. But Travis Willingham, the guy who played Roland, it took me until the end of Song of the Sirenas, right when he's like, we have to go tell the king after Marisa and Elena get trapped by Cristobal, to realize who it was. And that's a testament to his ability of changing his voice, because something, like in the beginning, something was nagging at me, like, okay, you know him from somewhere, and it didn't click until that moment.
Yeah.
Well, Travis is great, and if we were able to stay with the original voice that we recorded for him for Kuko, I don't know if you would have recognized him, because his original voice for Kuko had a cowboy accent.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really funny, and but we ultimately, some of the folks that watched it on the network side felt that it took them out of the story, because why would this big seahorse have like a cowboy accent?
Yeah.
But it was funny. He's a funny guy, and he's even funny when he's not doing any accent. So it's great. It's great that you didn't recognize him immediately, because he has such a distinctive voice, but he's really, really funny and talented. So
I know.
That's why I get him in the show somewhere.
Oh yeah. So is that what you guys usually do? Like, when you bring someone in, do you test different ways of them doing things until you hit the one that you want, or is it like, and then is like in a with the obviously, with Gina and Prince, it's like, you like their regular voices, so you let them use those, is that basically what you do? Like, you just see for yourself and then just test everything's out with them?
That's pretty much, depends. It depends whether, sometimes we have a very strong idea of what the voice was, and we auditioned,
Okay.
Folks chose that voice, so just come in and do that voice. And then sometimes it's like, okay, well, we have some ideas for this, or what do you think? Especially when, like, we've, cast someone without an audition, then we kind of see what they're thinking and figure it out. So that happens a lot, where you try out different voices on a character to see what's going to be the best. It's one of the fun parts about it. I think, the actor enjoys it, and so do we.
Oh yeah. So 2 more things, and I promise I'll let you go. I'm sorry. We just love having you here.
running into another meeting right now. So well,
2 short things. One, is Father in Chief airing this season or next season?
Father in Chief is in season 3, but season 3, so probably next summer.
Okay. And I know you're gonna probably say no to this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because you know me so well.
Mm-hmm.
Songs, soundtrack, anything?
I haven't heard a thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because we've been checking every Friday on iTunes for a year.
Yeah, we have.
Well, I have to, I don't, maybe this will help because at least you won't have, it will keep you from feeling the need to check. The music division isn't very, their excitement for any new show lasts about 1.5 albums. So the odds of them releasing anything are very rare because they just don't really think too much about their television properties in terms of releasing songs. They'll another Elena song might appear in a Disney Junior compilation, but my experience both with Sophia and now with Elena is that after the initial sort of season and a half maybe of a new show, even though it doesn't really cost them all that much money to like put something on iTunes, they just don't do it. They just don't do it. They're just not. They don't. I think unless they think they're going to sell millions of songs with release, they don't bother to put it out. And I've considered myself trying to kind of figure out a way to make a deal with them so I could release the songs and give them, most of the money. But I don't know how those licensing deals work. And B, I bet you they would try to charge me a ton of money up front just for the right to do it, which of course makes it completely not feasible. Yeah. So it's just one of those unfortunate things, I think it would be so easy for them to just put these songs out there and, then whoever buys them, it's just kind of free money for them. But
yeah, we would. And I know a lot of people would. But we know you have to go, but thank you so much for gifting us with more of your time. We definitely want you back for a longer period if you can. Like, not any longer than like 45 an hour or anything, but we definitely do want you back.
Well, it's always great talking to you. Thank you so much for watching the shows.
Oh, you're welcome. It's amazing.
Enjoy them.
Because there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up in season 2 and season 3. You'll get to the characters, go on new adventures and kind of grow in different ways. And there's some big, a couple of big story twists or changes that are going to make everything topsy-turvy, and it should be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So thank you again for watching and thank you for reaching out. It's great. Happy holidays.
You too. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, and I hope you have a very happy Navidad and a wonderful New Year.
You too.
You too.
All right. Adios.
Adios.